Stop scrolling. This is not a coincidence. Something sacred is shifting on your path. The turbulence you felt, the silent storms of uncertainty that whispered fear into your heart, those are not signs of abandonment. They are the final echoes of an old chapter closing. What lies ahead is unlike anything you've imagined. A divine current is rising beneath your feet, ready to carry you into a season of restoration. Where lack once ruled, provision is being summoned. Where fear weighed heavily, peace is now being formed. Debts will no longer be chains, but memories of a time you outgrew. Soon you will breathe without the heaviness of financial fear, and your hands once clenched in worry will open in generosity, blessing others as you were meant to. Yes, this transformation will be visible, not hidden, not theoretical. The shift in your life will be clear, undeniable, and deeply rooted in something far greater than coincidence. It will become the evidence of a loving force moving intimately through your story. But first, stay close. Speak to me, not with perfect words or polished prayers, but with raw honesty. Every whispered fear, every shout of frustration, every sigh of exhaustion, I welcome them all. This sacred conversation we share becomes the space where healing begins and miracles grow. Declare boldly, my source is not limited by the world. My help comes from the one who unlocks what no hand can lock, who provides even in drought, and who sees me fully. These aren't just words, they are keys. They unlock clarity where confusion lived. They dissolve anxiety like morning mist under sunlight. Let them guide your thoughts back to truth. Each time fear tries to steal your focus, I know how often you've stood at the edge of quitting. How many times you've smiled while silently unraveling inside. I've seen every tear fall into your pillow when no one was watching, and I've counted every prayer, even the ones you were too tired to speak aloud. You ask, why is this lasting so long? Why must I keep walking while my strength fades? Because you are not being crushed, you are being forged. Pressure doesn't only break, it also shapes, and you, beloved, are being shaped for something enduring. You are not simply surviving hardship, you are being prepared to steward joy, wisdom, and abundance that lasts. Anger may visit, let it speak, but do not let it lead. Be honest about the betrayal, the dismissals, the unfair treatments. There's room for that truth, and in its honesty, healing will come. Let your contempt for injustice push you closer to justice, not bitterness. Let your sadness deepen your empathy, not your despair. Every emotion is a messenger, revealing the weight of what you carry and the depth of what you're capable of holding. Disgust may rise when you see how much has been wasted. Time, trust, money, peace. But know this, nothing is truly lost. I am the one who restores years. What was drained will be replenished, and what seemed destroyed will become the foundation of something unshakable. Fear will whisper lies. It will say you're too late, that things will never change, that you missed your moment. But I speak louder. You are right on time. You are exactly where I can reach you. Nothing about your journey has escaped my sight. Every delay had its purpose, every detour its lesson. What seems like stillness is often the moment before the breakthrough cracks open the sky. You may not recognize yourself soon, not because you've changed into someone else, but because you're finally shedding the weight that never belonged to you. The heaviness of shame, the burden of proving yourself, the shadow of unworthiness, all of it is being lifted. Let joy surprise you again. Let it sneak in through music, through sunlight, through the quiet comfort of knowing you are seen. Let peace take root in places once overtaken by panic. Let laughter return, not because life is perfect, but because your soul is learning to breathe freely again. When others see the transformation in you, they will ask what happened, and your life will become the answer. You won't need to explain every detail. They'll feel the difference in your presence, your peace, your strength. Your breakthrough is not for you alone. It is a spark that will light hope in others. As you rise, so will many. Your healing will echo. Your restoration will multiply. Do not hide your journey. Let it be a lantern. Every kind word you offered when your own soul was aching seen. Every time you helped another while secretly needing help yourself counted. These moments are not forgotten. They are seeds planted in sacred soil, and now the harvest is near. Be mindful in this season. Avoid returning to what once numbed you, the habits of hiding, the temptations to self-sabotage, the cycle of doubt. These are old tools for an old version of you. You are being redefined. Release the ways that no longer fit the shape of your destiny. There is no shame in your past, only chapters that built your endurance. Where you've been does not disqualify you from where you're going. In fact, it qualifies you to lead others through their own dark places. You don't have to pretend you're unshaken. I already know every tremble. But let your trembling feet move anyway. Walk forward with sacred courage. That's all I ask. This moment right now is not ordinary. It is holy. You're not just moving into a better life. You're being elevated into alignment with what you were always meant to experience. You're stepping into answered prayers, fulfilled purpose, and new provision. The waiting hasn't been wasted. The weariness wasn't for nothing. What's coming will not only restore what you lost, it will exceed what you ever thought possible. And I will be with you through every unfolding moment. Every morning when you wake. Every night when you feel unsure. I will remain close as breath, constant as light. This is your time. Say this now, not as a wish, but as a truth awakening. I trust the one guiding my path. The shift is here. My steps are ordered. Provision is coming. Peace is finding me. I am ready to receive the life prepared for me. And watch how everything begins to align in ways that leave no doubt about my presence in your life. Get ready. Because where you once saw only obstacles, you will begin to notice open doors. What once felt heavy with hopelessness will start to feel lighter with promise. I am working on details you haven't even thought to ask for yet. My care for you is so thorough, so precise, that no need is overlooked. You might not see how everything connects just yet, but soon it will be clear. Yes, there have been moments when sadness swept over you like a storm. When you looked around and saw only loss, only delay, only disappointment. You might have felt angry at the unfairness of it all. I saw that too. I never turned away from your frustration. I held you through every tear, even the ones you hid from the world. Your sorrow has not gone unnoticed. I am the one who collects every tear and transforms it into a wellspring of new life. And when fear whispered in your ear at night, telling you it would always be like this, that no breakthrough was coming, that you had somehow missed your chance, I was already on the move, silencing that fear with plans far greater than your current reality. I have not forgotten you. I have not delayed because I've ignored you. Everything has been preparing you for what's next. Let that truth wash over the despair you've been carrying. Let it cleanse the disgust you feel at how long you've had to endure. That feeling that things have been unfair, that you've been overlooked. It's real, but it's not permanent. I've seen every injustice, every time someone misunderstood your heart or failed to stand by you. I am bringing balance. Restoration will find its way to you, and it will be undeniable. This isn't about just surviving. I'm taking you from merely holding on to finally moving forward with clarity, with strength, with purpose. The waiting hasn't been a punishment, it's been preparation. You've been learning to hear my voice, even when everything around you seemed silent. That's power, that's maturity, that's spiritual strength, and it cannot be taken from you. I know there were days when your own thoughts turned against you, when your inner voice echoed with contempt, questioning your worth, doubting your abilities. But hear me, you are not a failure. You are not broken beyond repair. The world may try to label you by your low points, but I define you by your persistence, your courage, your refusal to let go of hope. Right now, even in the midst of uncertainty, you are being transformed. Even your anger, yes, even that, has been part of your becoming. It showed that you still cared, that your spirit was still alive. still longing for justice, for healing, for peace. And I honor that fire within you. Don't be ashamed of it. Let it refine you, not consume you. And when you see others receiving what you've long prayed for, and jealousy tries to slip in, remember this: I haven't forgotten your portion. What I give to one doesn't subtract from what I've set aside for you. Your blessings are tailored to your journey. They are coming right on time. You may not feel worthy of joy, but joy is already finding its way back to you. Slowly at first, like the early morning sun peeking through curtains, but steadily, unmistakably. Prepare for laughter that erupts unexpectedly. Prepare for peace to settle in like a familiar friend. The anxiety that has lingered will lift. The thoughts that looped in your mind will quiet. And in their place will come assurance, not from circumstances, but from the deep knowing that I am still here. Your life is a living testimony of what it means to rise, to continue, to transform. You're not becoming someone new. You're finally becoming who you've always been, beneath the layers of pain, fear, and striving. The clarity you're gaining now isn't borrowed. It's earned through the fire you've walked through, and you haven't walked alone. You never have. Even when you felt like your voice disappeared, I was listening. Even when your strength ran out, I was carrying you. Even when you thought you had nothing left to give, I was replenishing you, quietly, deeply. Now is not the time to shrink. It's not the time to hide. Let yourself take up space. Let your healed heart speak. Let your wisdom pour out. Others will need it. Others are watching you, not out of judgment, but out of hope, hoping they too can rise as you are rising now. Let this be the turning point, the place where heaviness begins to lift, where confusion turns into direction, where silence becomes sacred instead of scary. You are entering a season where you will not need to prove your worth. Your very presence, shaped by resilience and grace, will speak for itself. The limitations you once accepted are beginning to crumble. The boundaries that once held you back are dissolving. The support you thought would never come is now on its way. And not only support, but alignment. People, opportunities, moments of clarity, all arriving in divine rhythm. And here's what I want you to hold on to, especially when fear tries to return. You are already being led. You are not late. You are not lost. This moment, this message, this shift in your spirit, it's all part of your realignment. The noise of the past is quieting so the truth can rise. You were never forgotten. You were never left behind. Take a breath. Can you feel it? The atmosphere is changing. You've been waiting, and now the waiting is lifting. What once seemed impossible is beginning to feel inevitable. Not by your strength alone, but by the flow of grace that surrounds and sustains you. You are not here by accident. Every part of your story has been seen, held, and now healed. You are stepping into restoration, not just financially, not just emotionally, but spiritually. Your soul is awakening, your path is clearing, your purpose is unfolding, so keep moving. Not in panic, but in quiet confidence. You don't need to chase what's already been appointed for you. What's yours will recognize you, and you will know deeply, fully, unmistakably, that your time has come. Stay open, stay grounded, and above all, stay faithful. This is just the beginning, and it's making a difference. Even when you feel like you're standing still, you may not see it all at once, but every time you choose to believe rather than give up, you're shifting your future. That quiet moment when you whispered, "Help me," didn't go unheard. I was already moving. Even now, solutions are rising beneath the surface, answers forming in places you've never looked. You're not stuck, you're being shaped, and the discomfort you're feeling, that's the stretching of your soul, preparing to hold something greater. There may be days when fear creeps in, fear that you've missed your chance, or that what's been lost will never be restored. That fear is loud, sharp, and convincing. I know, but it's a lie meant to distract you. My promises don't expire. What you think is too late is still right on time in my hands. The dreams you've buried in disappointment, I see them. I remember every single one. Nothing you've hoped for has been forgotten. It's okay to cry when things hurt. I'm not asking you to fake strength. I'm asking you to lean into me so I can carry what's too heavy. Let the tears fall if they must, but don't let despair plant roots in your heart. I can handle your sorrow. I can hold your grief, but I refuse to let it define your future. What you see as a breakdown might actually be the breaking open of new life. I know you're tired of holding on. I know it's frustrating to keep trusting when it feels like the world around you is getting louder with doubt and cynicism. Contempt from others may try to wear you down. Those who laugh at your hope, who mock your patience, but do not let their voices shape your reality. Their doubt is not your truth. Their judgment does not reflect your path. Sometimes, the hardest part of the journey is trusting when no one else understands your reason for hope. But you don't need their agreement. You only need to remain anchored in my faithfulness. Even in your sadness, I am near. When your heart feels too bruised to carry on, know that I am tending to it. Every loss you faced, every betrayal that stunned you, every goodbye that left a scar, I was there. I never abandoned you. And even if you can't yet see the restoration, it's coming. Slowly, steadily, undeniably. The days ahead will not always feel this heavy. A season is shifting. What now feels like darkness will soon be bathed in light. I understand the anger you've tried to suppress, the frustration that things didn't go the way you planned. It's okay to feel it. Don't push it down. Bring it to me. Let me show you how to turn that anger into energy for healing. Let me transform your disappointments into renewed vision. I didn't promise you a path without pain, but I did promise my presence, and I've never broken that promise. In the midst of disgust at injustice, at how you've been treated, or at how hard life has seemed, know this, I see it too. I see the unfairness, the cruelty, the moments that made you question the goodness in people. But I am justice, and I am restoration. What has been broken will be rebuilt. What was meant to harm you will be turned around for your benefit. There's a breakthrough closer than you think. It's not in some distant future, it's forming now. It's already in motion. I'm aligning people, opportunities, resources, and clarity to meet you at the right moment. What's coming won't just restore what you've lost. It will exceed what you thought possible, and it will arrive in such a way that you'll look back and say, it had to be God. Joy is waiting for you, not fleeting, shallow happiness, but real deep joy that reaches down into the places where sorrow once lived. And when it comes, it will bring laughter where tears once fell. There will be mornings you wake up with peace instead of panic. Nights you'll fall asleep without fear. You'll smile again, not out of obligation, but because your heart will be full. Surprise will become your companion, not the kind that startles with bad news, but the kind that leaves you speechless with gratitude. Unexpected doors will open. People you never imagined helping will show up. Answers you thought were lost will arrive at the perfect time. This next chapter is going to make sense of the ones that confused you most. So keep moving forward, even if it's slow. Even if you're unsure, each step you take in faith is a declaration that says, I still believe something better is coming. And it is. You're being carried forward by a force greater than worry, by a love stronger than fear. You are held not because you've done everything right, but because I chose you, and I've never changed my mind about you. Let the doubt fall away. Let the heaviness lift. Let the voices of the past fade. This is a new day. And this new day brings light where darkness once ruled. It brings peace where anxiety once echoed. Your story is not over, and the next chapter is filled with resolution, with restoration, with radiant hope. You've made it through things that could have crushed you, but you're still standing, not because you're lucky, but because you're chosen, because I've been weaving purpose through your pain, because I never gave up on you, even when you wanted to give up on yourself. This is the turning point, the moment where things begin to shift. Open your heart to it, open your hands. Let go of the fear of what's gone wrong and make space for what's going right. Say it now with assurance. I trust that what's ahead is better than what I've left behind. I believe in divine timing and in the power working on my behalf. I'm not forgotten. I'm guided, protected, and prepared for what's next. Those words don't just echo into the air. They shape what's unfolding in your life. Speak them as truth. Declare them as promises. Let them plant confidence where fear once grew. You're standing at the edge of something holy, something transformative. It's not just about recovery, it's about revelation, a deeper understanding, a stronger you, a clearer path. Get ready, because the shift you've been waiting for isn't somewhere far away. It's already begun. They become declarations that shift the atmosphere around you. When you say, "I believe," you aren't just whispering into the silence. You are realigning everything within and around you with hope, with strength, with purpose. Your voice is not small. It carries weight. It carries the sound of someone who refuses to surrender to despair. Your faith has never been wasted. It's been building quietly but powerfully, laying the foundation for a breakthrough you cannot yet see. Every time you chose not to give up, even while tears blurred your vision and your heart ached with exhaustion, you moved closer to transformation. That pain you carried, it wasn't pointless. It carved out space for something stronger, something enduring. Don't dismiss your own resilience. It has kept you standing when everything around you tried to knock you down. I know the heaviness you felt, the weariness that creeps in late at night, whispering lies that nothing will change, that this weight is forever. I see the frustration behind your quiet moments, the anger you felt when things seemed unfair. That moment you clenched your fists asking, "Why me?" I was there, not judging, not distant, but right beside you, steady through the storm, waiting patiently for you to lean into my presence. Not just when you're strong, but especially when you're weak. There were days when you smiled on the outside while screaming on the inside. You've hidden your hurt well, haven't you? You've carried others, encouraged them when no one noticed your own battles. I noticed, I heard the cries you didn't even speak out loud. I saw the battles you fought in silence. And let me tell you, none of it was in vain. That disgust you feel at the unfairness, that deep sense of sadness that sometimes floods your chest and makes it hard to breathe. I see that too. It's okay to feel. Those emotions don't make you weak. They reveal that you're still fighting, still hoping, still believing despite it all. And that's strength. But now a shift is coming. The kind that changes everything. What once felt stagnant will begin to move. Doors that seemed sealed shut will creak open. Conversations you thought would never happen will take place. Resources will arrive. Answers will unfold. Peace will settle. Not randomly, but right on time. The joy you've been waiting for, it's closer than you realize. You'll laugh again freely, without the shadow of anxiety tugging at your spirit. You'll wake up with purpose, not dread. The fog of confusion will lift, and you'll see clearly why some doors had to close, why some seasons had to stretch longer than you thought you could bear. There will be moments of surprise, where opportunities arrive unexpectedly. You'll look back and marvel at how everything aligned, how the pieces finally made sense, and you'll realize, I never left. I was weaving every thread of your life into something intricate and meaningful. I was preparing you, not punishing you. And when others look at you, they won't just see someone who survived. They'll see someone transformed. Someone who radiates wisdom born from experience, compassion carved by suffering, and faith tested but never destroyed. You'll be living proof that nothing is wasted in my hands. Stay close. Keep speaking those truths out loud. Keep choosing hope over cynicism, trust over fear. Yes, I know it takes effort. Some days it feels impossible, but those small decisions to believe again, to pray again, to stand up when everything inside you screams to lie down, that's where power lives. That's where your life begins to change. The anger, the sorrow, the questions, they don't push me away. Bring them to me. Let them out. Let me meet you there in that vulnerable place. I don't need perfection from you. I need presence. I need honesty. You don't have to have it all together to be supported. You just need to stay open, stay connected, stay trusting. The transformation won't always be loud or sudden. Sometimes it will be quiet. A moment of peace when you used to feel panic. A burst of laughter after weeks of heaviness. A night of rest that doesn't end with tears. These are signs. Signs that healing has begun. That the tide is turning. And when the bigger shifts come, when the long-awaited answers finally arrive, you'll know. Deep in your spirit, you'll feel it. The affirmation that you were never alone. That your faith moved mountains behind the scenes. That your trust mattered more than you ever realized. So don't give in to despair. Don't let frustration silence your voice. Keep speaking, keep believing, keep walking even if it's one slow step at a time. I'm guiding you. I'm restoring what was lost. I'm healing what was broken. And I'm doing it in ways that will leave you in awe. This journey isn't just about survival. It's about revival. It's about rediscovering your strength, your worth, your joy. It's about watching the impossible turn into reality and knowing in your soul that something greater was at work all along. You are not forgotten. You are not forsaken. You are chosen, cherished, and carried every step of the way. Nothing can alter that reality. Not failure, not fear, not the opinions of others. My view of you is rooted in truth. Not in your past or your pain. I see beyond the surface. I see your intentions, your efforts, the way you keep showing up even when you feel like crumbling. And that persistence, your refusal to let go of hope, is something powerful. It moves things. It opens doors. It brings transformation where despair once ruled. You may feel invisible to the world at times, but you've never been invisible to me. I've seen you in your quiet moments of doubt, in your silent cries for peace, in the heavy sighs when no one else noticed, and in those moments I was there, closer than breath. When others misunderstood your pain, I understood it completely. When your heart broke in silence, mine moved with compassion. You are not overlooked, you are not forgotten, you are seen, understood, and held. You may carry scars, some hidden, some still healing, but they are not marks of defeat. They are evidence of survival. Of strength forged through trial. I will use even those wounded places to reflect beauty, wisdom, and purpose. What you thought disqualified you, I will use to qualify you for greater things. I don't expect you to be perfect. I only ask that you remain open, willing to trust, and ready to walk forward when I call. There are moments ahead when you will be amazed at how far you've come. You'll look back and no longer feel the same sting of what once hurt you. Instead, you'll feel gratitude for how you were carried through. Every step you take in faith is a step toward wholeness, restoration, and meaning. You're not stuck, you're in process, in movement, in growth. The confusion and discomfort you sometimes feel are signs that transformation is taking place. And yes, sometimes that transformation is uncomfortable. Growth stretches you. It confronts your fears, surfaces old wounds, and tests your patience. But none of it is wasted. Every tear, every delay, every closed door has purpose, even the times you felt abandoned. I was still working. I was preparing a better way, even when the waiting felt unbearable. Don't confuse my silence with absence. My hand has never left you. When doubt whispers that nothing will ever change, when fear tries to grip your heart again, remind yourself, I'm not alone and I am not forgotten. I'm walking through this with divine guidance and unshakable love. Let that truth speak louder than the fear. Let it calm the storms inside you. You don't have to have all the answers. Just stay close to me and I will lead you. There are blessings already forming, ones you didn't even know to ask for. Relationships being mended, opportunities being aligned, peace rising where turmoil once reigned. You don't have to force it. Just stay faithful, stay open, and keep trusting that I'm working, even when it's not obvious. The beauty I'm creating in your life will surprise you. It will silence every lie that told you things would never improve. You were not created to merely survive. You were made to thrive, to live with purpose, strength, and joy. Let go of the idea that you have to figure everything out on your own. Rest in the assurance that I am already ahead of you, preparing every detail. Trust that your future holds more than you hoped for. Even if today still feels uncertain, let each new day remind you that my grace is fresh, my mercies are renewed, and your story is still unfolding. You are deeply loved, constantly supported, and always surrounded by my presence. Keep walking forward. Brighter days are not just ahead, they've already begun. Amen.